Hi, this is Angie Travis Roberts, your real estate resource for Iredell County. And today we're talking about why should I pay buyer closing cost? One of the issues that we have come up quite frequently from sellers is, why is the buyer asking me to pay their closing costs? I have my own to pay. I don't need to pay theirs. So let's look at that issue for just a minute. Buyers are still asking sellers to help participate in paying closing costs. And many times lenders are advising the buyers who are tight on funds, they qualify for a loan, but they're tight on their actual cash money available, that they should discuss or offer a negotiation with the seller to have the seller help pay their closing cost. That buyer doesn't want to go out and borrow any money to pay closing costs. That's going to affect their loan. And secondly, they certainly don't want to charge closing costs on their credit cards because the lender's going to find that too. So buyer agents many times recommend to their sellers who are qualified to buy that they do ask the seller to participate in the buyer closing costs. Seller closing costs are relatively less than the buyers. A buyer, when they're getting a loan from a lender and depending upon the amount of money that they're putting down as a down payment or getting a 100% loan, some of those costs can get pretty hefty, 3%, 4% of the amount of the loan that they are getting. So that can add up very quickly. However, the seller and the buyer can always negotiate those closing costs. The seller could participate in some manner, maybe not 100%. There are always options involved. You can also negotiate a price and then add the closing costs on top of that. Now you have to be very careful. Is the house going to appraise if we increase it by X number of dollars to cover closing costs for that buyer? And it does reflect the full sales price includes those closing costs. So be careful about that. It all boils down to negotiation, which is why you need a professional real estate agent on your side to help you negotiate around all of these issues that come up in today's market. Don't assume that because a buyer asks for closing costs that they can't afford the loan. Many times I run into this issue with sellers and they're concerned, why are they asking for money basically? They're qualified to buy. They're just issues affecting the amount of their money to have to put down and or the closing cost. If you have any questions about this or other real estate issues, you're always welcome to give us a call. That's 704-87-ANGIE. And we look forward to talking with you again very soon.